Today we talk about C basics. C basics. Okay. So first we understand why C. Okay. Why we need C and why is created. C created. Okay. Say for example, we know a owner, a person X is living in his house and he wanted a worker to work in his house like housemaid, uh, and he hired a guy called Y. Okay, and this guy, he knows English and say for example this guy knows only Hindi. This guy Y, this he is a housemaid. He is the owner X. He knows only English, and unfortunately, they know only this language. To communicate between X and Y, now luckily that the neighbor of X, he knows both. Is a Z. The guy name is Z. He knows both English and Hindi. So X thought, okay, let's use this guy Z for as a translator. English to Hindi, so that X can give instruction to Y that he understands in Hindi using translator. Okay, what happens is now X wants to get the work done by Y. Okay, he is having total three set of instructions. The first set is going to market, buy vegetable and come back. Oh, okay. He writes all his instruction how to go to market, and because this guy is new to the city, the guy Y is new to the city, so he gives all the instruction uh, to go to market. Then second set of instruction, what to buy in the market, all the vegetables, and third instruction how to come back home. So he hands over all this instruction, set of instruction. So this is set of instructions to the guy Z. Okay, he will translate all this instruction into Hindi and he hands over this set of instructions in Hindi. He writes in English and hand over to translator Z. Translator translates this to Hindi and hands over that instruction set to the guy Y. So this guy will follow the instructions in Hindi, how to go to market, what to buy in the market, then how to come back to the home. So he just follows the instruction. He don't know anything about the English and He don't know anything about the market or something like that, what has to be done. He just follows the instruction and get the work done. And at the end of the day, this guy Y is able to complete all the instructions uh, set by guy Y and using a translator Z. Okay. Now let's understand how this will translate to our C language. Okay. Now say for example the owner X, this guy is a user. The X is the user, is actually originally owner. Now we call him user. Then we have a translator Z here. So this is the translator. Here we call it compiler in the C context. Then this translator will translate all the instruction given by user and convert it into the language that understands by Y. Here the Y is actually the housemate HM, and actually here in the C context this Y is a machine or a computer. Machine or a computer. Okay. So the user, whoever wants to use that computer, he will write instructions in his own language. Here the language is C. In the C language we write all our instructions, and we use a compiler or a translator. That guy will translate all the C instruction, the written in C language, and that will convert to the, using compiler, that will convert to the machine instructions, or we call it computer instructions, machine understandable code. We convert, then we feed everything into the machine memory, and that machine will execute instruction one by one set of instructions to get the work done. So we need not to understand what machine language does and what compiler will do. We just need to understand how to write our instruction in C so that our machine can do the job that required as per the user. Okay, this is a thing we need to do. We understand the C language. The user language is called user language, or it is called high level language, because this is a high level language that we understand. This is like a English like language. The C is an English like language. Also we call it high level language, and this will be converted, feed into the compiler. It will convert all this language into machine understandable code and load it into the memory and execute instructions from the machine using the machine understandable code, then execute all the instruction and get the work done. So okay, thank you. Now we take a real-time example how this works, how this C instruction can be written so that get the work done from the machine. Okay, so we go back to our original example where we have a owner X and translator Z and the housemaid Y. So here we need to understand, before hiring a guy Y, okay, what work this guy can make. these capabilities. So say for example, so um, buying from the buying from market. So these are the capabilities of housemaid. Buying from market, doing housekeeping work, maintenance, so etc. If we know the capabilities of housemaid, why? Then owner can write all his instruction in his language, okay, that is the C language. All the instruction can be written and give those instruction to the translator, so that this translator write all this in the language that housemaid can understand. Then housemaid can follow the instruction one by one as given by the owner, and he doesn't know anything about the city or anything about the language that owner understands. He knows his capabilities and the instructions in Hindi he can understand, that he will write, he will execute all the instructions written by translator in Hindi. And he doesn't know anything about the English, and he don't know what translator will do. He just knows housemaid Hindi language and instruction written in Hindi language and execute them promptly without knowing anything about English. So like here, we know C language, the user can understand C language, and we know that this housemaid is actually machine. Or we call it CPU or processor. So we know these processor capabilities, okay. Say for example, this machine or processor can add, can subtract, divide, or multiply, and this guy can do all the read from the keyboard and display on the monitor. So these are the capabilities of our machine or CPU. It can add, subtract, divide, or multiply, or it can read from the keyboard and display on the monitor. These are the capabilities. We know that about our machine or CPU, and we write all our instructions in the C language and give it to the translator and convert it into machine code, or we call it CPU instruction. Okay, so we will be having instructions set for this computer or the CPU. That CPU, as per the translator, will translate all our C instructions. So we can add, we can subtract, divide or multiply, or read from the keyboard, or display on the monitor, whatever you want. We write it in C. This C instruction will be translated to machine understandable code using a translator. We call it compiler. And we write it in the CPU instruction and feed it into the machine memory, the CPU memory. The memory will be loaded and it will be executed each instruction one by one to get the work done that user wanted. Owner is a user here. This user wanted. We write it everything in high level language that we are going to understand in future topics, chapters. Thank you.